And now, Shooting It Straight with Donnie C. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shooting It Straight with Donnie C. Return of the Boys edition. That's right, it's Return of the Boys, Season 4, Episode 7. It's me, Donnie C., and like always, my good friend Dave. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Don.
How are you today?
Exhausted, but, hey, we got another episode to discuss.
Let's go. And this episode definitely picked up from last week. Because last week we were saying how we were disappointed slightly and how it was kind of weak and everything else. And this week did not disappoint. This week was not like that for me. How about for you?
Nope, same deal. It started, I wasn't really taking that many notes because I was like, okay, what are we doing? And then it picked up the pace and whoop.
Yeah.
And so it was a good episode because usually in an 8-episode, series or whatever season, episode 7 is the one that sets up 8. So
correct.
This one...
You got to hope that it sets it up right so you're good to go.
Right.
And, I mean, by the end, and we'll get to the end at the end, but by the end, you're like, okay, I'm hooked. I'm ready.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
where's 8?
I mean, like you said, if you want to do the intro, what's the title and whatnot? You get all that?
Yep. We are discussing Season 4, Episode 7, The Insider.
Yes.
Runtime was just under an hour and 5 minutes. IMDb gave this one an 8.5 out of 10. So,
I say it's around there. I would agree. It's right around there.
Accurate. Yeah, IMDb, like I said, I don't hold them to that's who we got to go by.
Right.
But so far this season with that, it's been accurate. Yeah.
It's been pretty close. Yeah, I would have to say that they are. I've never paid attention to that per se for any of the shows that I've watched, except for this because we're doing this.
Right.
And so far so good. I mean, they are very much on point.
I mean, there's Rotten Tomatoes you can use too, but that seems to be more prone to the review bombing and stuff like that. Where The Acolyte. The Acolyte is horrible, but it's down to 12% or whatever it was the last time I seen it. Which is not good.
That's real bad. But this one, not even close.
No.
Not even close. The boys did not disappoint. So this one started out, and I was getting a Sesame Street theme, which I know you didn't see. You didn't see Gen V, but they actually had puppets and whatnot in Gen V.
Okay.
And you'll get as you start. I know you started watching.
Yeah, I started. I just haven't.
If others haven't seen it or not yet, and as you watch it, you'll be like, "Oh, okay, I can understand some of the puppets and stuff like that." And they actually had a scene where Jason Ritter, I believe, John Ritter's son.
Okay.
I believe it's Jason Ritter. He does a scene with the puppets like at Sesame Street, and they call it Avenue. I forget what it is, Avenue W or Avenue V, maybe.
Avenue V, I think. Yeah,
it's a possibility. And then so there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on with that. So I've seen the puppets in action already, but to see it come in this way, and not only to come in this way, but they started it off as like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Yeah. I don't know if you caught on to that or not. It was similar music. It was similar, like going through the town and everything else. It was Mr. Rogers meets Sesame Street meets The Boys. And I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I'm down to find out. And it started off where Ryan just isn't happy.
He was very
unhappy.
Very concerned about the dialogue of the script of the show, per se.
Having kids rat on their parents and stuff like that, which is something that the Germans did a long time ago, where they were trying to get them to rat their parents out and everything else because you believe the cause more so. And the boys, of course, tied that in because why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of hidden, if you watch some of these recap videos that I said that I watched to do for this shows, there's a lot of hidden shit in there that references modern day shit that has happened. It's been on the news and stuff like that. Yep. So if like me, I don't pay. I try not to jump down that rabbit hole of all that shit. Right. But when it's brought to your attention, you go, "Oh, that's right."
The writers in The Boys actually pay attention, and they're very meticulous about putting certain dates and certain times and certain titles and different things to tie into other things that if you're not paying attention or looking for it, you'll never see it.
Right. Yeah.
And for me, I enjoy it, but I don't watch the shows looking for that. My life is very busy already, so I don't have time to really just. When I sit there and I enjoy the show, I just want to enjoy the show.
Yeah.
And then when people bring it to my attention, I go, "Oh, that was cool. Okay, that was nice. That was." But for me to dissect it the whole way, I have a hard time with that personally because I just want to sit down and relax and enjoy the show as a viewer.
Right.
So,
100%.
but it's very, very cool. So then after Ryan is expressing his comfort and how unhappy he is and this, that, and the other, it kind of gets into the next scene is Homelander is sitting down with a meeting with Ashley and Firecracker.
Firecracker, yep.
And Sister Sage comes in, not Sister Sledge, but Sister Sage comes in, and then she's like, I thought the meeting was that, and they're like, no, we pushed it earlier.
Yeah.
And just kind of like blocking her out, and I was like, oh damn.
Yeah.
Because Firecracker was originally the one that got kicked out of those meetings, and now Firecracker with the little extra doo-doo, now she's back in. Back in. And Homelander's listening to her, or maybe not listening to her, but relying on her as a support system over Sister Sage.
Yeah. Well, it's at that point where they kicked Sister Sage out, right?
Correct.
And then that's where, or is that a little bit later?
It might have been a little bit later. They were having the meeting and a bunch of other stuff happened, but it was during that meeting that Homelander finds out that Sister Sage knew what was going on and all this other stuff, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But
knew who the link was. She knew who the leak was, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, exactly.
So she kicks her out, and she throws her little Maeve book. The book, I'm wondering what's in there. I think it's her whole entire plan. I think Sister Sage is going to be back in because Homelander's going to pick up that book and realize her plan and be like,
something, right?
Yeah, you're back in.
Well, that's why I think she dropped it so that it comes back. Where somebody reads it and something happens, or is it her ploy that's a decoy plan, and they go, "Oh, this is what she had planned, so let's do this," and that's the downfall of them, so she can backdoor it and come back on her own.
Wow! So she wants to be top dog.
Double crosser.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
And to be honest, in some of the reviews I've seen and stuff like that, nobody else has thought of that either. So that would be a Donnie C exclusive.
We have video proof of what you predict.
I liked how Sister Sage said Daisy Duck Dynasty to Firecracker. I was like, that's just like white trash. Just called like it's just you're just it doesn't matter now. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Sister Sage has been a surprise for me. I've enjoyed her this season. I hope she stays because I like her character.
I have moments with her, and then I have other moments where I'm like, I don't need
not me. She grew on me quick. I'm like, I like it.
Now, here's my question for you.
Go ahead.
And I think we've touched on this briefly earlier. A-Train's outside listening to the whole conversation.
Right.
And he's listening. How does Homelander not know he's there?
Again, yeah. It's that selective super hearing that we did talk about in last episode.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. You're Homelander. You can hear heartbeats. You can see like this, that, the other. You can see through walls and everything. You're having a meeting. You don't just, as you're talking, just scan every once in a while just to make sure nobody's listening. Right.
And even usually, like, okay, let's go We're going to compare him to Superman again. If Superman was trying to locate somebody, he would use his super hearing. He didn't need they didn't need a chip in them to locate them.
No,
he would use the super hearing, and he could find them like that.
God,
he can't do that in this one, but
Homelander can't do that.
He needs to lay off the breast. He needs to lay off the breast milk, man, and just get back to business here.
It's getting to him.
Yeah, we switched to the boys, and I guess MM's like, I'm out. I can't do this no more. My stress levels or whatever, right? Didn't that come up next? My stress levels are killing me.
Was Deep started talking to...
Deep, that's right. I skipped over.
That's all right. You skipped over Deep. Ambrosia, is it Ambrosia?
I don't know. The octopus.
Name. Yeah, the octopus has a name. Ambrosia. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Deep's he's reading a poetry book that he wrote to her. And they start dirty talking to each other, and then she starts tickling his
the gills. The gills on the
and then he gets a page or a text. I should say a text. A page shows my age.
Yeah.
And then he gets A carrier pigeon comes in. Then he gets a text
from Sister Sage.
Sister Sage saying, "Brain stab, ass stab."
Yeah, who would turn that down? Come on,
gotta go. Puts her back in the tank.
Yeah,
takes off.
Yeah, but she was like, before he left, wasn't she like, you were supposed to put me in the main tank or whatever?
Exactly.
What are we doing?
I'll get to it. And just false promises, just like the Deep does. And then it cuts to Butcher actually coming clean and telling everybody what's going on.
What's going on with him, yeah.
And they're like, you cut off his leg?
Yeah.
with Serge, right? That's his name? Serge, was it...
No, Samir. He cut off Samir's leg. Yeah.
Samir, yes.
Yeah.
And they were like, you cut, like, how sick are you? And he's like, yeah, I got to do these things.
Yeah.
And he's working on stuff, and he's doing this and everything else. Yeah. And then he brings Frenchie back in.
He pulled some strings with the higher up government lady or whatever her name was.
How he did that?
Yeah, I don't know either, but that's how it was explained to me. And then that's how Frenchie got out. So
yeah, I mean, I don't agree. I think I think that was nonsense. I think that was a cop out because I don't think he still has access to those things anymore.
But I don't need that. Yeah,
from his character and what he's done and everything else, I don't think that he'd be able to just go, "Hey, listen, I need Frenchie."
Right. Exactly.
But somehow he needs Frenchie, and he gets Frenchie. Okay. I was like, that's a little bit weird, but okay. Yeah,
he did come clean, told him what they're trying to do with the virus. That if it's strong enough to kill Homelander, it's gonna go airborne and it's gonna kill everybody.
Genocide and everything else.
So they don't want to do that. But now he's back in charge because if MM keeps having panic attacks and stuff, it's gonna get worse. So
And then I was surprised that he did that or anything else, but because if you think about it, MM's having panic attacks, but Butcher's dying.
I know, exactly.
At that point, give it to Huey.
Right.
Not that I agree with that either, because I still think Huey's pretty close to useless. But whatever.
Yeah.
At least I would have gone with Huey, and at least something would have happened. But no, he just Butcher, you're back in charge. Well, I don't understand why, but whatever. Okay, good. Then Ryan sees his Christmas gift, and I loved it.
Oh yeah, don't be
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were.
No, I'm not saying it.
I was thinking about saying it. I go, we're on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah.
Too. I don't want to
keep it family friendly.
I'll say a lot of things.
Won't say that.
See you next Tuesday?
Yeah.
That's pushing the envelope, I think.
Mm-hmm. A little bit.
But then, Ryan gets the picture of Butcher and the mom and the dog and stuff like that, and it kind of brings him back to what his wholesome upbringing, I guess, more of the not superpowers, just being a human.
Right. Yeah, because you can obviously tell the kid is torn between where to go, what to do with his powers that he has. So
yeah, he's a superhero who doesn't know where to go, and Homelander's his father, and he sees the corrupt nonsense that he pulls and how he just basically bullies everybody.
Right.
And then Butcher's the other side of it, the other father figure, who's just a lunatic that goes off the rails and goes
both screwed up.
Also, so, I mean, either way, there's no good win for Ryan. But
the
best of both worlds. Is there a best on either one of them? I'm not sure. So he's struggling with that. Then it gets to Ashley again, and Ashley's having a conversation with A-Train, and her statement is, "It's so easy to be a monster around here." And I thought that was a great statement because
hell yeah,
with all the corruption and all the chaos that goes around in all of those places, you go there and you go, "Yep, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, it's how you survive in this."
Very accurate. Is that when she was having like a panic attack where she wanted to leave or something like that? Or because
ready to leave and everything else. Yep.
Yeah.
What's up, Rage? So he was getting ready she's getting ready to try and tell A-Train, "Hey, listen, we should take off. I think it was Bahamas or Bermudas or something like that or whatever."
Florence?
Like,
no, it was
you have a
Florence.
passport, don't you? Or whatever. Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, you can just run there." Like, okay. Yeah. And then you start seeing Joe Kessler starts to really attack, which we all know now is the good angel, bad angel. It's the bad angel.
Yeah, Kessler's the bad angel.
Right, that Butcher's dealing with. Mm-hmm. He's really digging in. Like, Butcher's beating himself up with this guy.
Yeah.
Bad. Like, I felt bad for him a little bit because he's got a lot of demons that he's dealing with.
Well, I think the sicker he gets, it seems like the more Kessler's coming out. So I don't know if that has one to do with the other, but that's what it appears to be. Because you didn't see Becca at all in this episode.
No good angel. No good angel.
No,
all bad. Story of my life. No, I'm kidding. So then it cuts to some of the guys go in without MM. Because they're going to try and find out what's going on, and they got a lead, so they go into this apartment, and they're finding things out, and they got the whole thing of, okay, we got this going, and they're going to shoot from here, and we got all this people, and this is what they're going to wear, and then all of a sudden there's a woman in the closet.
Yeah.
And the woman's all battered up and scarred and everything else, and she's like, it's so hot in there and everything else, and this, that, the other, and then Starlight, or Annie at the time, is like, oh, you're burning up, and this is, whatever. And then all of a sudden the woman goes bananas.
Yep, cuts you in the hand and then
runs. And they start chasing after her.
Yeah.
She touches the other woman in the stairwell.
Right.
You see her eyes go bloop. And then you're like, what the hell is that? And then she's literally, as she's running, she's ripping flesh off of her. And I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, initially I thought that she was just throwing the shit on the stairs so that they would slip and fall on it or whatever to give her time.
Right. I was like, I don't know what she's doing. No, she was getting rid of it because she's a doppelganger that she strips her flesh to shapeshift.
Right.
That's not really shapeshifting, is it?
No, I mean, I've watched all kinds of stuff. I've seen shapeshifters before. Never seen them like this before, where they actually rip everything off from top to bottom, throw the flesh on the ground, and I'm a new person.
Yeah, it was unreal. And then my thing was, like, how much flesh did you have to take off? Because she pulled off the face, ran outside, and then all of a sudden it was all done. You were pulling off all this other flesh, and then you took this part off, and now there's no more blood, no more nothing. Everything's great.
You know, and he gets the lizard eyes, like the little click of the eyes.
Weird, but I was like, okay. And once again, Huey showed how useless he is.
Yes. Yeah.
Because again, he did nothing but stand there and get cut. So once again, there was a fight, and Huey got hurt.
Yeah. Story.
Has there been ever a fight that you know of
that Huey hasn't got injured?
Season 1 where he blew up
translucent.
Yeah. I keep saying transparent. I don't know why. Translucent, or anything. Outside of him doing stuff like occasional, like from a distance, he'd had the one kill, I think.
That's it. That I'm aware of. That I remember anyway.
Kimiko.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
That was the one kill he had. All the seasons. Useless.
Can't even say he's like the comedy relief character either, because he's really not that funny either.
No, he's nothing. He's not funny. He's not. At least back in the day, he would have Billy Joel songs coming on and everything else. And I was like, all right, I like Billy Joel. Okay.
Right, yeah.
They didn't play Billy Joel anymore.
They stopped playing We Didn't Start the Fire, right? That was
the
song
you always played. All over. All the Billy Joel songs. No Billy Joel anymore.
Yeah. So the shapeshifter's gone, right? And then what happened? Where do we got next?
A-Train starts to talk to MM. They have a deep conversation because MM's trying to figure out what he's doing, whether he's leaving or he's staying or anything else. He's kind of stuck in the whole thing. And his ex-wife is like, listen, be with your family now. And she kisses him.
Yeah.
And that's what he's wanted his whole life. Like, that's not his whole life, but ever since they got the divorce and everything
Since they got divorced, right. He's been trying to get back in.
He's been trying to get back in. And now she says, come with us.
Yeah.
And the flight that they were supposed to take was the same airline that Homelander blew up in
the same season. Yeah.
Like, okay, I wouldn't get on that plane.
I wouldn't go on there either.
Just me. But that NMM was like, I look at myself in the mirror and I don't even recognize me anymore. And I go, neither do I, because you lost all the weight from last season. I don't.
You're still hung up on that?
I'm still hung up on it. Listen, I thought by the end of the season I'd be okay with it. I'm still not okay with it. It bothers me. It's like a different character's playing MM.
It's not. It's him. I've gotten used to it.
I know it's him, but it doesn't. It just doesn't look the same. It bothers me. Then they cut into Firecracker tells Homelander, "We've got the leak."
Yeah.
And who's the lead?
Webweaver.
Webweaver. They walk in, and he just starts shooting webs out of his web hole. I don't know what you would call it. It's not
the web hole located somewhere roughly around the lower,
right above his anus,
like around the tailbone area.
Yeah, right by his tailbone, and he just keeps leaking. Every time he gets nervous, he shoots fluid of Spidey, fluidy kind of.
Yeah, but it didn't even look like webs. It looked like he was just vomiting from there.
He was vomiting web from his web hole. It was terrible. It was disgusting. I mean, it was pretty nasty. It was pretty nasty. And Homelander starts digging in a little bit, and Webweaver's trying to help and trying to talk and trying to get out of it, but he's so scared because he knows he screwed up and everything else.
Right.
And Firecracker's there, and she's like, "Oh, I did such a good thing. I did such a good thing. I brought you this guy." And then Homelander says, "I've had enough." He doesn't actually say it verbally, but
right. He said, "Finish him. Finish him."
He just rips him apart.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
But awesome. Terrible. And Firecracker is scared out of her mind.
Yeah, she's like, he might do that shit to me next.
She's never seen anything like that before, and she's scared.
Yeah.
She's definitely, Firecracker got scared from that, I believe.
And to this point, we still don't even know what Firecracker's friggin' powers are, because she hasn't done anything. It's outside of popping fingernails, yeah.
Yeah, I've done it. I did it when I blew firecrackers too close to my hand. I threw it in Arushkin. It was more of an Arushkin, and that's more powerful than what Firecracker's done so far. I don't understand what she's doing. So at this point, they cut to Frenchie and Kimiko. They're actually hanging out together, talking because they're watching Samir, thank you. Surge was coming again. This stupid. I watched this stupid.
Not Beverly Hills Cop.
Exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. Different movie, different show. But that's stuck in my head. I love Surge. Yeah. Anyway, so Samir, they're watching Samir and they're helping him formulate this chemical that's going to work for the virus and everything else.
Right. So that they can just take out Homelander, not everybody.
Right, not have a whole thing of genocide. So as they're doing it, though, they start to connect again, and they start talking or signing or whatever they do. And she's explaining to him why she really lost her voice, because she didn't lose it because of all this stuff that she said to her brother. She lost it because when she was with
Shining Light or something.
Shining Light. When they were with Shining Light, they had to be silent killers. And
right. Anybody who screamed would be killed, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
So she had to kill kids in silence. So ever since then, she felt horrible that she had to do it, and she's never spoken since. Mm-hmm. So then they start to understand each other a little bit more on a deeper level, saying, we both have these demons, we both have all this. How do we fix this? We don't know. And they're like, oh, well, once we get the virus, we'll let Samir out.
Yeah, we'll Samir, we'll free him. He can go, and we'll bring the
Great.
Good plan.
Huh? So then what happens? Samir stabs her in the leg with the virus and hits it, and then he takes off hobbling.
Now, in a minute there, I don't know how you felt when that happened. I'm sitting there going, they're not going to kill her off. I said, shit. But then I'm like, oh my God, she can regenerate. Are they seriously going to cut her friggin' leg off before it gets through her?
In my head, I go, grab an axe. You're in the barn. I wasn't, like, he grabbed a saw, and maybe that was the first thing he saw.
Right.
But, so stupid. And then he starts cutting her leg off, and he's trying to beat the virus.
Right, before,
And I would have done the same thing and everything, I get it. But, chop seems a lot faster. That's just my thought. I also had to chop a lot of wood when I was a kid, so maybe my go-to is like, I'll just swing an axe. I don't know. But he got her leg off.
Yep.
Her leg came back, because that's what she does.
And during the commotion, Samir took off.
Gone. Hobbled away.
Gone.
And we don't know what happened.
Nope. Just gone.
Poof. No idea. Nothing. Gone. Just in the wind. Okay. So, while all this is happening, Huey goes to Victoria, and tries to talk some sense to her, saying, and reach her on a personal level, saying, listen, you're about to take out the president. You shouldn't do this.
Mm-hmm.
Can't we connect or anything? And she's like, no. But then she finds out that they're planning on putting all the Starlight followers in these camps.
And yeah.
Once again, a lot of German references.
Yep.
A lot. So, and you can tell, like, she's unaware of it, but she's not allowing Huey to know that she's kind of that far off on it.
Yeah.
So she's like, I'm still going through with it, whatever. I'm going to keep packing. And she's packing for DC.
Yeah.
And then as he's leaving, she's like, sorry to hear about your dad. Still showing that there's some emotions, like there's still a friendship and everything else. Listen, I understand what you're doing here. I'm not going to do that, but I feel bad for your dad. Like,
yeah, and even Huey said, we have all your tapes of all what you said. I could black, and she's like, you seriously going to blackmail me? He's like, no, it's not going to work because you're going to kill us all. So why?
Right. So they're it's a stalemate. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then they cut to Butcher and the guys are walking back now or Butcher and Starlight are walking back into their headquarters, and the Deep is there.
Yeah.
And did you catch Butcher's line?
I had to, but go ahead if you have it.
Butcher the Deep goes, sure you're not too busy tongue lashing your octopussy?
Yeah.
I was like, that's a great line. I like that line.
But hey, at least we got to see the Deep kick some ass because he hasn't done anything.
He hasn't
like that
done
before.
anything.
Yeah.
He hasn't done anything.
Nothing.
They had the one beating where the guy was on his knees and they had to kill him. Outside that,
yeah,
nothing.
Yes, but we did get to see Black Noir finally do something.
He fought. He flew.
He fell asleep.
He fell asleep. He had a very action-packed one fight scene.
Now, did he fly or was it like levitation? I know it's kind of the same thing, but can he just hold himself up or can he actually fly? I don't know.
He went up.
Yeah, I know he was up there. And is he bulletproof? Is he bulletproof or is that just the armor that he has on?
I don't know.
Because they shot that dude 1,000,000 times and nothing.
Yep. I don't know what happened, but I didn't think he was going to be dead.
Right.
But I don't know. But the fight scene was a good fight scene, I thought.
Yes. Yeah. Very good.
And then Butcher was trying to pull out whatever it was that
Kessler.
he did.
Yeah.
He's trying to pull out Kessler to get that thing to do whatever it was that it did the last time.
Yeah.
And it just did nothing.
Nope. Kessler's like, nope, I ain't coming out. You're done.
And then A-Train comes and saves the day.
Yeah.
Which is how they find out that A-Train is the leak now. So those two guys find out A-Train's the leak.
And didn't A-Train say to Deep, I always hated your fucking ass or something?
Right, yeah. Yep. So that rivalry's still going, I guess.
Yeah.
But the Deep got his ass kicked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, when Annie grabbed him by the gills and picked him up, I was like, that's awkward. That's awkward. Yeah, that's just weird.
You kind of cringe at the same time going, oh, that's got to hurt.
Uh-huh. And then at that point, MM is still, you don't know if he's gone, if he's coming, if he's gone, and then he shows back up.
Yeah.
And he helps them out, and you're like, okay, he's kind of in.
Back. Yeah.
He's back. He's still helping, so he's not.
Right.
He didn't fly away yet.
Right.
He's still good.
Yeah. And the A-Train redemption story is pretty cool. Like, I do like this part of, his character and what he's doing. So, like, who the hell knows if he's going to survive this whole entire thing, because Homelander's obviously going to go after him. Right. But we'll see what happens in the finale.
Yeah, because he comes back and he talks to Ashley. He's like, all right, Ashley, it's time to go. We're ready to go.
Yeah.
And now she's like, no, I'm not going to go. Now she's flipped the script, and now he wants to go, and she's like, no, I'm going to stay.
Yeah, but she tells him to take the chip out. Make sure you take the chip out, blah, blah, blah.
Make sure you take care of your family, take the chip out, go. And done. And it made a different A-Train sound. It wasn't the train when he left. I don't know if you caught that. It was a different sound.
No, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, it was a different A-Train sound. Like, normally you hear
swoosh.
the train go. Yeah, it was something. It was slightly different. I was like, I don't know what that was, but that wasn't A-Train running like he normally runs. Like, maybe he was just jogging. I don't know.
Right.
And then that's when this is when Sister Sage comes in or is left with the meeting, and Homelander tells her, you're fired. You're not in the 7 anymore. You're out. Right. You're gone. And that's when she starts walking out, and that's when she leaves the book behind. And at that point, that's when she walks past Deep and Black Noir,
and Black Noir.
too.
And they're going, bro.
Bro. And then you find out that she was sleeping with both of them.
Yeah. And then you got the disappointing, bro.
Oh, bro. Yep. And then Firecracker tries to offer Homelander her juices again.
Yeah. Get him back.
Like, can I make you any better? Like, she's
just throwing it in his face.
Get out of here. Just
go.
Just leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Yeah, because he's upset that, A-Train is actually the leak, so...
Right.
Yep.
And then they go to Ryan. They cut back to Ryan doing the live show.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all talking, they're all singing, all the puppets are doing their thing. And then Ryan's like, all right, everybody stop. No. And Ashley's like, go to commercial. He's like, don't go to commercial.
Yeah.
And he was about to leak. He was about to say something.
Yeah. Do you have any inkling of what that could be?
Because no. I mean, he's got a lot of inside information from walking around with his father and stuff like that, and just hearing things and seeing things and how people act and everything else. So he's got a lot of dirt. So it could be anything. Really.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Because I'm like, obviously we're not going to know what it was until later, but it was like, what the hell could that be? Because there's got to be an endless amount of information this kid has.
He's got so much info, like everything and anything, like. Between Butcher telling him stuff, between Homelander telling him stuff, between him seeing stuff and just being involved all this time now, and how it works and all the rescues and how they're filmed, and it's like there is so much dirt this kid had.
Yeah, big time.
So, and when Sister Paige leaves, she goes, "There's only one person you can't beat. Do you think it's his son? Do you think they're talking about Ryan?"
Yeah, I think maybe himself. He can't beat Homelander. Can't beat him.
Too.
Yeah,
he can't beat himself.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my guess.
I wasn't sure if it was him or if it was Ryan.
No, I think it's himself because I don't know. He's never gonna be himself, Homelander.
Right. He can't control the demons inside.
Right.
He's never gonna be one whole person. Right.
Right. Exactly.
That's what I was thinking originally, but then as I started thinking about it a little bit more, I'm like, maybe it's his son's gonna take over a little bit, and that's what she's seeing. Like, the son's going to come up and start doing better, and people are going to start following him, and then he's going to be the bad guy. And it's almost like, this is where I tied it in, you have Superman and Bizarro.
Oh, yeah.
And then you would have Ryan and Homelander be that conflict of going back and forth, where they both have similar powers. Obviously, Homelander is a little bit stronger at this point, but in time to come, I don't know. That's where my head went.
It's not a bad theory, though. Not a bad theory.
I got a bunch of theories. Donnie C. Originals coming at you strong today. So he goes out and he stops production and everything else. He starts being honest and he just walks out. Ryan walks out of production, gone. Butcher's happy and proud of himself. Great. This, that, the other. Takes another swig of his alcohol or whatever. Kessler's there. Gets up. And he just falls. Drops down. Done. We don't know what's going on with him. We don't know what happened. We just know that somebody said call 911.
Yeah. And we forgot to mention the Starlight thing. She did mention she didn't want to bring the baby in. The reason why she had the abortion was because they didn't want to bring a kid into a world that was ending. So that was a little deep, a little behind the scenes for that. You know.
Speaking of Starlight or
yeah.
Final scenes come up. And she's wearing the outfit again.
Yep. Good for Huey.
I didn't realize I missed the outfit until I saw it on again. I go, all right, she's wearing the outfit again. Good. She should wear the outfit. She's Starlight.
Yeah.
And then she takes her underwear off. And she's still wearing the outfit. And then she jumps on top of Huey, unprotected. Just going at it. And I'm like, oh, damn. After all the stuff that she's been going through with all this other stuff, to take no precautions, no nothing, and then hook up and everything else, I'm like, all right, do what you own, whatever.
Yep.
Then she gets up in the middle of the night. She goes to the safe where Huey hid the information that he had on Victoria. She opens the combination. She opens the safe. She's gone.
Yeah.
Well, where did she go? Where did she go? What happened? Like, where did that? Okay.
Well, you got the giveaway was the lizard.
And then the eyes went, no! Huey just had sex with the doppelganger shape-shifting, flesh-pulling person. There's no name for him. I don't know what the name is.
Well, here's the thing, too. With shape-shifting, you usually don't get the memories or the,
exactly.
You usually just get the body, and that's it. So how the hell... This must be some great shapeshifting, man, because you get all the memories, the knowledge and memories of the person.
It's not just shapeshifting, which is why I'm saying we don't know who this is or what this is, because you get all the memories, you get all the reactions, you get all the emotions, you don't just become this outside shell.
Mm-hmm.
You completely embody this whole thing.
Person. Yeah, you become a clone essentially.
Yeah. And then you can do everything. And then they change the scene, and you see Starlight or Annie.
Mm-hmm.
Stuck, chained to the ground, and she can't get out.
That shit remind me of Saw, man.
Yeah.
When she's all chained in the thing by herself, I'm like, uh-oh. Where's the little puppet coming out on the bike?
In front of you, you have a chain.
Yeah.
On the ground. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm like, okay, well, she didn't even try. Like, at that point, I would think, okay, life and day, I don't know what's going on. I would try to use whatever Starlight power she's supposed to have. I know she's been going a little limp with it lately, but try something.
I think this is how she regains her, her power. She's going to sit there, do some meditating and whatever, and then she's going to reconnect.
Right, and that's a possibility.
She's going to reconnect with the Force and pull the chain out.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, we'll see if that happens. I'm hoping it does, because she's still strong. She's still a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
But without her powers, she's just a step above Huey.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, really, you've got super strength still.
Right.
But outside that, what else is there? She's supposed to be able to float and levitate and shoot and this, that, the other, and blind and do it.
Yeah.
Got nothing. She got nothing. She has super strength. Okay, that's still cool. I wish I had it, but that's not her character. That's not that. She needs to come back. So this might be the way she comes back, and then we'll see. Because Huey has no idea.
So next week's the finale, obviously.
Yep.
Is there one thing that they don't answer that you would be pissed off about, like just in this whole arc of the show? Okay. Is there one thing that you'd be like, God damn it?
I have a feeling they're gonna leave Butcher unanswered.
Yeah, you're on the same page, man. I think he's gonna do another one of those drop dead shit and then credits.
I think that's what's gonna happen, or he's gonna be in a coma like Huey's father was.
Right.
Going in and going, wait, he can't be. No, but I want to know what's the thing.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna get.
That's the teaser they're gonna do, because everybody wants to know that. So if they hold on to that, they pulled you into season 8.
Right, and the virus thing, I don't think because they're not going to take out Homelander, obviously, because they got one.
Not yet.
There's one other season to go, so if they're going to take out Homelander, that's going to be there. So that whole virus thing is not going to get answered. So we already know that right off the bat.
Right. But. Yeah, Frenchie's not going to be able to pull the virus out of the leg in an episode and then end it all, because if it was that easy, the show would be over.
Right. Well, that might actually be the other cliffhanger, where if it's not Butcher, it could be Homelander getting injected with the virus and then over. You know what I mean? And then you don't know.
Happening. I don't see that one happening, though. Because I think they want Homelander to be the master villain.
No, so do I. But, it could, season 5, episode 1, he cures himself somehow. So, I don't know.
Cures himself. I'm better. I'm Homelander. I burnt it out of me. What do you mean he makes it? It's a virus, Dave. It's supposed to kill him. It's not something that just gets better.
I'm theorizing, man.
I like the ideas. I don't think it's going to go that way, but I think it's Butcher. I think they're gonna leave us stuck with Butcher, and then that's going to be it. And we're not going to know what's happening. But that's my scenario. So I don't know.
All right.
So you got these same hopes that's not the one.
The Butcher, kind of, because let's put, is he gonna die? Is he gonna be a soup? Is he or is he not? Like, let's put a bow on that and get over the Butcher thing, because I would rather see the normal. Like, I've enjoyed this part of Butcher this season, but I don't think I could do another season of him like this. You know what I mean?
I just came up with a new one. It just hit me just now.
Right.
You ready?
Go ahead.
Sister Sage wasn't talking about Homelander fighting himself. She was talking about Homelander fighting Butcher because whatever Butcher has is the thing that can kill him. Just like Soldier Boy had something that could kill Supes.
Ooh.
Butcher might have something similar to that now.
Ooh.
Donnie C, original number 3.
Butcher is the one that he can't beat. Wow.
How cool would that be?
That would be cool. Yeah.
Just coming up with stuff on the fly. It's what I do.
Yeah.
Speaking of coming up with stuff on the fly, if you got nothing else going on and you're hanging out, check us out on our socials. We've got plenty of them going on. We do clips. We have fun. We do a regular show. Every Wednesday we drop a new episode because it's hump day, and who doesn't love a good hump day? You can check out our regularly scheduled shows every Wednesday. Check out The Boys this week. Also on Thursday, season finale. Hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully we get into 9 rating of 9s. Yes. I would like that. Yes. That would be awesome. And like always, have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Hopefully you enjoy tomorrow's show. Have a good night, everybody.
Peace, everybody.